pardon my voice, my nasaliness. I am sick. Whatever my husband had, we all got it. Seems just like a really bad head cold and like congestion, sore throat type of thing. So hopefully I don't sound too horrible. I'm feeling a tad better than last night. Last night it just felt like I was dying. And it's just like a head cold because it's like you feel the drainage, the tickling, and then hard sneezing 2 times in a row. Or I almost threw out my back, which is no fun. Um, but as you saw, I'm having a Yorkshire tea. Um, I needed this. I need this like yesterday. Even though I had plenty of cups of tea yesterday. Um, I don't know why, but this last batch of Tetley that I bought has not been very good, and it's like my favorite, just basic English breakfast tea. That's like inexpensive. The premium one, that's what I use with like the purple box, and it just has like this really weird aftertaste, which is just kind of like a little chemically if I try to like think about it. Because like I don't reach for it. I either reach for, oh my god, I forget the red box that I use, but this one that you just saw, or I reach for another one. And they're a little more on the pricey side. But I hope everyone who's experiencing that terrible storm is safe and warm and getting some reading done, making some projects, and just kind of like hunkering down. And I hope for the best that no power goes out for anybody. And if it does, it's like very short time, unlike last time some places. So yeah, so I'm going to share my projects with you that I have been making. This channel, I think I deleted those videos, but this channel started off as like a knitting channel, and while I do avidly knit and crochet, I didn't want that to be like my main thing, so I've kind of pivoted a little bit and when I relaunched my channel. But I have been making quite a few things and I really wanted to share. I'm also sharing a book I'm reading and kind of like a reading update. I think I'm also going to include a video at the end of something I filmed like as a mid-month check-in for my reading and that I just like never filled in. It's already like the 26th or something like that when I'm filming today, so I feel like that's kind of moot point, but I don't want to like not use the footage and it's just talking about whatever I'm talking about in that video. So I think I'll include that at the end. So grab a cup of tea or whatever beverage of your choice and come and let me show you all that I'm making. One gift that my husband got me as an early Valentine's Day gift, which I love, and yeah, come along. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with what my husband got me for Valentine's Day. It came, he's like, oh, you want it? And I was like, oh, I don't know. So he's like, oh, you can use it now because we ourselves are getting a cold front this week as well. So I gotta wash it, but I always get like thrifting videos suggested to me on Instagram, and I came across this sweater that someone found, and I'll put a picture of it here. If I were to have found that, I would have died on the spot and have never thrifted again or something like that. It was like, I didn't even know it existed, but it's like a holy grail find, so to speak. So I did my Google Lens cross reverse search thing. There were some previous listings they sold, but I couldn't find it on eBay because I was like, oh my god, I would have to buy it if I found it on eBay. So I was just looking for like, and you saw the image already, and it's like a cat sweater. It's like knitted, it looks like a little cat sleeping in the center, if I remember correctly. Oh my gosh, I would have just like ceased to exist. Perfect sweater, perfect find. It would have been, you know, my peak. So as I was searching on eBay, I was just trying to find something like, oh, what's out there? And like I don't allow myself to get on eBay too much because it's like, as an avid like secondhand user, thrifter, and all that stuff, I would like lose my mind and want to buy everything. So I try not to scroll on there. But I came across this. This is a cardigan. It's giving like 80s or 90s. I'm not sure how I could like tell. It's by, the brand is Bon Worth, and it is perfect for work. It has cats, which I'm a cat person without a cat. I know, please pray for me, hopefully one day. Sitting on top of books, and it's a mixture of embroidery and cloth. Oh my god, I love it. And then at the bottom here on this panel is this fancy cat, and she is reading How to Catch a Bird. And she's embroidered. This other cat is like embroidered edge and then kind of like a felty body. Oh my god, and it has pockets, and like when I pulled it out, it says extra large, but obviously it's been washed and already shrunken over time. So it has a really nice like little fleece, like very thin inside, so it's like not too heavy, but like perfect, and it fits really well. The back has like taken in a little bit from just shrinkage, but I think it'll be a perfect layering piece for work. The pockets, I'm gonna need to like do like a little tiny stitch on, because they just kind of flap about and then you can see them when worn. I'll put pictures of me trying it on. I sent it to my coworker. I'm like, oh my god, look. And it has this faux double collar. I love. So I was so happy when that came in. I was like, oh my god, because I sent it to him. I was like, please get it. But then like family came over and we were just like so busy, so I don't know if like, it was ordered or not, and it was. So love. I'm gonna put you a little closer. My back hurts. Okay. Next up, I want to show you. I did not do very good journaling for this month. I showed you the journal I made, and yeah, it's not an easy task for me. Like, yes, I have time to like sit down, but I do want to make it nice in a way. So I'm gonna like keep doing it as I remember, but I'm already preparing myself for the next month. And if you didn't watch that video, what I wanted to do is kind of keep a journal every month. Of different variations, like a sketch journal for the month, a writing journal, a junk journal. So I had these, I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. They're like little sketchbooks, blank pages. And I had started writing and like drawing or sketching in this one, but I was like, I kind of want the journal for February to be a sketch journal / whatever, like writing. And I was gonna like make it from scratch and like all this stuff, but I kind of just don't have time right now. So I had no plan. The only thing I could think of was like I wanted to do like a vintagey, like Valentine's Day decor, like a doily and kind of like frilly type of thing. So for Christmas, I got something. I think this was like one of those like fuzzy sock foot cream packaging, and it's poinsettias with like this red ribbon. So I cut out all these pieces. It had this kind of like window frame. So this is like a window frame showing said item. And it came with this red velvet ribbon. And what I did was like, first I like paint, because I was like gonna paint with the front. It's kind of like a faux leather. This is like what it looked like. It's like a faux leather. It had focus on here and like gold detailing. And I was gonna like paint with acrylic. I was gonna do like a painting. But it just wasn't, I don't know, like I painted it white to like kind of give me a better background. And then I was just like, I don't know. So this, it's kind of hidden now, but this bottom panel here was scalloped. So like with the wet paint, I started gluing these on. I started cutting what I was originally going to use as to make like another little book, or just for scrapbooking material, because it was like really, it's a really pretty design. Not very, it's still giving a little Christmas, but I think it works. So I started doing that. I put up this border here, and I was like, okay, the center. And I've been thrifting art books with just like, they're not coffee table books, but they're like art magazines featuring like classic paintings or just kind of eclectic works of art that are like different mediums and stuff like that, with like, scrapbooking, paint on acrylic, and all kinds of stuff. And I was like flipping through them. I first found, I'm gonna try to cover up a little bit. I first found this right here, this painting, and like I cut it out and I was gonna try to add it, but I really wanted to use this window frame piece. And I was flipping, and I found this, which is a beautiful 1800s lady with a beautiful dress. She's like mid spin, and it had all these like this is a work of art because it's like scrapbooking. You can tell, like, if you look close enough. I know there's like a glare, but all these are cutout details stuck on this. And it was just perfect. It fit perfectly. A little bit sticks out at the bottom. I think I might cut it away. And then underneath her, it says "Love Yourself," which I think fits perfectly for a February journal, because it is Valentine's Day, which is low-key one of my favorite holidays because I love love so much. So I love how it came out. And then with this red velvet ribbon, I hot glued it on the edge here, nicely wrapped around because it is kind of like a curved edge. And now I have like a bookmark. So I'm really, God, my back is killing me on this couch. What the heck? Let me just scooch you a little bit closer for now. So I love how it came out, and I already started doing page layouts. So for my other journal, I don't know how many pages I showed, but I did like a calendar. I'm gonna add a little more to it, but I made up a little calendar. I have my goals for the month. I kind of did it's a couple strolling in like a square with like a garden square. So I wrote my goals wrapping around it. I made a little bookshelf, and I'm gonna do a mixture of a TBR with just kind of like picking something up, because just a little quick, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I did decide to just jump into book 4 of the Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson, Rhythm of War. Not that Oathbringer ended on too much of a cliffhanger. I feel like Brandon Sanderson, does like big revelations, but kind of still wraps up the book at the end, so you're not like, oh my god, what the heck just happened? And as those books were coming out, you're like on the edge to see like, what a cliffhanger. I feel like he concludes the issue roughly of like what's happening, with still things in the works all around, so you're not like left desperate at the end. But I just kind of like, I am truly enjoying it. I love the characters. There's so much character depth between Shallan, Adolin, Kaladin, like Delinar. Like, it's a lot. There's so many characters, I can't even tell you. I mean, when they're mentioned, I kind of like, I remember, but it's a lot. This is probably, excuse me, this is probably like the highest, most intense high fantasy I've ever read, in the sense of so many details, so many characters, so many things, different races, political background. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I kind of gave up tandem reading it with the book because the books are so big and my hands just can't do it, and like then I won't have time to like be productive. um so I've been listening to the audiobook. I've slowed it down and I'm keeping track pretty good, I'd have to say. But and the narrators are amazing. I forget the gentleman's name, but Kate reading is like phenomenal. She's narrated several of like historical romances that I read, so I'm familiar with her. She's great. But yeah, so I made like a cute bookshelf. I want to add a couple more little tidbits, like little trinkets and stuff. So I don't necessarily plan to read that much next month, but because I want to slow down. I want to like really process and take in the books a little more than what I was doing last year. I felt like I was just like zipping through. Sorry, I had to sneeze. So, and okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I made that spread and a little reading update right there. I don't know, I love like posting on YouTube, and I am a big YouTube advocate. I freaking love, I've learned so many things, self-taught myself, been entertained so much on YouTube. It's like not even funny, since like I think I've almost been on YouTube in the sense of like consuming it since a couple years after it came out. Maybe not the beginning, but pretty soon after. So I've been like, consuming YouTube for a long time, but I don't know, just lately my like interests have changed of what I watch, and like my algorithm's like a little weird. And so I kind of, besides the people that I regularly tune into, I'm kind of over it right now. So my plan for next month, or just like in general, is to kind of watch TV again. I watch plenty of TV with my son. I love all his little shows. They're actually really good, and we've watched them a million times. But I also come across so many things of like anime or little clips of movies. I'm like, oh my god, that looks really good. I'm not a movie person, but so I want to watch movies and kind of keep track of them and do like little ratings. Maybe I'll include that in some of my videos as well. I actually just watched The Librarian, which I've watched a long time ago, and it was pretty fun to rewatch. It's like really cringe, but it's like fun at the same time. And right now, I actually just tuned, because I was like, I have Tubi on my phone. Tubi's actually a really good app. There's a lot of weird movies and shows on there, but also it's free. There's a couple ads. So I kind of made a list of some things that they had on there, and I'm watching this show called Wicked. It came out like 2019 or 2020, and it's terrible. And it seems like movie too, but maybe I could be wrong. But it's just like these fae hunters, and there's like these royal fae coming through a portal, and the main guy has like this horrible Sharpie tattoo thing. It's quite amusing. So I was watching that the other day. Anyways, a really fun page that I'm gonna do is I labeled it all the tea. So for every cup of tea I have, I'm gonna do like a little doodle of a teacup and just kind of like pile it high and see where I end the month. I average like 2 cups a day for sure. If I'm off, 3 cups. So I thought that'd be a really fun page. And then of course I love listening to music. I'm not done. I want to color it in and stuff. So I'll do I did like a little MP3 player, and I kind of want to like write the music that I've been listening to on repeat, because I kind of hyperfixate on certain songs and just play like 4 or 5 on repeat all month. So yeah, I'm really excited for journaling next month. I'm gonna keep going with this month. It's a habit to pick up on. I've started it and stopped it many times throughout my life, but I'm feeling good. And another little bit of a reading update, besides reading Rhythm of War right now, I picked up a book off my shelf. And what I went with, I needed something kind of like a little humorous, a little just like, silly kind of. So this is my first, I have several of hers, but Sandra Hill, this is a part of her Time Swept series, The Outlaw Viking. And she wrote The Reluctant Viking, which is a book that came before this one. I don't think you need to read it in order. So, it says, as tall and striking as the Valkyries of legend, Dr. Rain Jordan was proud of her Norse ancestors despite their warlike ways. But she couldn't believe her eyes when a blow to the head transported her to a nightmarish battlefield and she had to save the barbarian of her dreams. He was a wild-eyed berserker whose deadly sword could slay a dozen Saxon with a single swing, yet I think his name is, pronounce it, Selic, yeah. Couldn't control the saucy wench from the future. He considered Rain a prisoner, and he longed to avail himself of her medical skills and her considerable knowledge of the male anatomy. But the infuriating woman had ideas of her own. If Selk wasn't careful, the stunning siren was sure to capture his heart and make a warrior of love out of the outlaw Viking. So yeah, that's what I'm reading. I'm on chapter 6. It's quite a fun read. Their banter back and forth is very amusing. So she's very strong-willed, strong-minded, and this is the beautiful cover. I thrifted this, one of my precious finds. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of reading as like a little bit of palette cleanser in between. I'm trying to read it like before bed type of situation, because like throughout the day I like pop on audiobook, The Rhythm of War. Okay, so moving on to projects. Oh my god, my back. Oh, jeez. I feel old. So since I am teaching a knitting class for my job, as like a little free class thing, just free class to for the community, has been really fun. So I have like picked up, oh no, I have to go grab something, tartar sauce. Okay, so let me just show you what I actually finished last night by chance. I picked up this variegated cotton yarn. And so it had, this is all the colors it had. It has like purple, teal, light blue, gray or beige, light purple, dark purple, and it repeats. And I have been on an iced coffee kick again, and I have this. I actually thrifted this. It's a really good, sturdy mason jar type thing. It has like a wooden like sealed lid and a straw hole on top of it. And it looks like you can screw something on there. But anyway, so when I make my iced coffee, this has so much condensation, it's like annoying, and wrapping a paper towel around it and stuff like that. So I found a pattern. I'll put in text here said pattern. Very quick. It took me like roughly less than an hour to make. It is a little loose, so I'm gonna have to, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It is a little looser than I anticipated. So yeah, you make it as tall as you want. You work in the round, do like 2 increases, and then you do through the back loop to create that like lip, and it's just half double crochet all the way around, and then it ends and make like a little scalloped edge. So I'm really happy. I'll drink my coffee, take it to work, and look cute, you know. So I made that. I'm really happy with how that came out. Yesterday I finished one sleeve. So help me God, I hope to finish this before the cold season's over down here. I will post the pattern here as well, because I took a free knit. So I'm into knitting right now. This is knitting. This is something knitted. Um, I took a free vest pattern. I think it's called the Joanne vest. And I had tried to make it a long time ago. It's like 2 panels sewn together, and then you pick up for the V-neck and the shoulders and the ribbing for like the sleeve. But I was like, I don't know, I don't want a vest. I want a sweater. But I really did like that pattern. I remember starting this, I was like a fiend, like knitting it, and then like I messed up my hand, like the silly person that I am. But I picked up this yarn. It's not really doing it justice. It's like a light blue with like these mustardy green specks. Yeah, it's like not really doing it justice at all. It's super soft. It's just like an acrylic yarn. And I got a bunch of it in the same lot number, which I'm very proud of myself. So this is, here, I'm gonna scoot you back now so you can see everything. So this, here it is. And I modified the pattern a little bit. I made it, because it's only like small, like it's like very limited sizing, right? So, and it's also done 2 panels, and I modified it to be in the round. I can't tell you what I did. I just added a few extra to accommodate a cable detail that I wanted to add. And if it's beautifully, I will put pictures here of me trying it on. I wanted like a cable. I've always wanted to do a cable seam. So this is the side. So I started off, you know, knitting this separately, and then I attached it in the round front and back pieces, and with those extra, so 6, 8, 10. So yeah, I did add extra 10 stitches at least from what it called for the biggest size offered, to accommodate 2 purl stitches on either side. And then this is a 6 stitch cable, so you split it in 3. After a point, you like twist, and I love. And then I kind of did like a split hem situation, that the back is slightly longer, and that was unintentional than the front. So yeah, so I did that all the way up, and then I separated again, and I decreased to do the arm shaping, and then I seamed. Also, the front is V-neck, and it has like kind of this really nice big collar. Again, I love, love, love. And I finished the sleeve, and since the pattern doesn't have sleeves, I totally winged this. I had to redo it like 3 times, because like the first time, it was really sad. The first time I like knitted to like here, and I tried it on, and it was like 5 inches of too much fabric. It was like really bunched up. And so proud of myself for this detail. I should be able to figure out how often I decrease by putting some stitch markers at my decreases. I can identify them. But I wanted to carry on that cable detailing all the way up. So, and if you look a little close, maybe some were done too late in the twist, and some were done too soon, so it's a little tight. But oh my god, I cannot. I hope to. I'll probably cast on today the second sleeve, and yes, that is my plan, and hopefully I can do it a lot faster than the first one. So, and then I just did a 1x1 ribbing, and I should have kept track of how many stitches I picked up around here, because I didn't. Maybe I can figure it out. I can count. That sounds difficult or too much, but I'm gonna do my best to replicate it. So yeah, I love it. you'll see from the pictures like how it fits. It's not fully blocked. I did block it a little bit for the sake of, as I was knitting the sleeve, I was like, how much longer do I have? Because I'm tired, Grandma. I was like, I'm so tired of knit. Like sleeve island, if you are a knitter, even if you're a crocheter, maybe crochet sleeves go faster. I haven't done too many crochet sleeves to like say for sure, but it feels endless. Even though you're like on a shorter circumference than like a body, you know, you're like quickly getting to the end of the round, it's still like, I don't even know how many inches this was. This is probably like 18 to 20 inches of knitting. It's a lot. Okay, so there's that. Up next, I forgot that I had started the body, so I was like really excited when I pulled this out to kind of work on it. My goal for this year is to work through my stash, so I can just to work through my stash. And if I have so many things that are at like 80% done, 90% done, or I have plenty like quantity of yarn to like make one thing. So the only time besides this blue one, which I did buy yarn for that I didn't have, I'm just trying to get through it. But this is a light fingering weight. It's like a cottony yarn that I've had for ages. It's like it's a multicolored yarn. It's like a cream and like a pink. I don't know how well it's picking up here. This is my favorite pattern of all time. I have literally made this pattern I have to say that this is probably my 4th or 5th time making this pattern. It's called El Gran Favorito. Favorito, oh my god. Do I speak Spanish? Yes, I do. El Gran Favorito. I forget the designer's name. I will post a picture here of because I can't think of the designer. But it's like the perfectly fitting sweater. It's not too oversized. It has a perfect neckline fit. Like, I just love it. I remember the first one I made, I actually gave it to my mother-in-law as a gift. I miss it sometimes. I get to like gift happy sometimes with like all the stuff that I make. So and like that, the pattern calls for it to be like worsted or Aran, but this is fingering weight. Okay, sorry about that. So I just watched back the clip and I completely forgot what I said. Yeah, so the pattern is originally done in like an Aran worsted, and I did quite a bit of research on the easiest way to change the yarn weight but still get the same results. So I like, because you know there's a whole math thing you could do. No, I'm not doing that. So what I did, because again, you know, this pattern is made to be done with a much thicker, heavier yarn weight. So from my research, it's best to just, you know, pick your yarn. I think it's gonna work. I did try it on. I've separated for the sleeves and it fits how I want it. But what I did was I just went with the pattern, picked my yarn, matched my needle size. I'm knitting this on a US 6 4 millimeter needles, and I picked the size I wanted. I still went by like the larger size, and I just kept increasing, taking it off my needles, trying it on until like I could meet and have enough give here that I felt good. Because since this is a raglan pattern, so it has these raglan increased stitches, I think you can do this for any raglan pattern. Forgive me if that is false information, but you can like just keep adding a bit more for it to fit better, or how you want it to fit, or do less, and it's not exactly what the pattern calls for. So I just kept increasing. I did much more than it called for, and then also to add, I guess, depth around the bust, when I picked up for, when I separated for the sleeves, and blanket out here, and you have to make, I did way more than what the pattern called for. And in her pattern, it says that as well. Like, if you want it bigger, just keep increasing. If you want it to fit a little looser, just add more in this section, which is the underarm. Right? So I finished one ball of yarn. I have a very limited amount of this yarn, but since it's fingering weight, it's like a lot more grams and mileage, yardage in there. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just finish the body, like keep knitting for the body, and then with whatever's left, I think I might just do 1/4 inch sleeves, since this is a much lighter weight. I don't really care for it being full sleeved, since it'll be perfect for like over like a little cami. And I don't think, because this calls for like a 1x1 or 2x2 ribbing, I don't think I'm gonna do it for the neck because it's gonna really close it up. I think I'm gonna do either with crochet and like a slightly larger hook, kind of do like a slip stitch thing to kind of like lay this nice and flat, so it's kind of has a little more open air feel, and it doesn't feel like it's choking me out. So that is that. I'm super excited. It actually, like, knit, for it being like fingering weight yarn, it's actually like was knitting up quite fast. I felt like I went through this quite quickly. But see, this is where I'm at with so many things. I'm like, here, I have like maybe 8 inches of the body left, and like a half a sleeve or sleeves to do, and I could be done. So that is one thing. Another thing that I'm doing, another little mindless project that I am doing, again, just trying to use up. It's not the Sophie scarf, but it's a free pattern I found on Ravelry that has the same beautiful I-cord detailing. And this is just some sock yarn that I thrifted. There was a junk in the trunk yard sale at a local church that was very disappointing, but I did find something. People were literally selling junk. Like, I am not even exaggerating. Most people were selling like their socks or just some other bits and bobs in the house to make a few bucks. And let me tell you, I live in a very affluent area, unfortunately, so I was just kind of like, I wasn't expecting like Gucci and Prada in the trunk, but it's just kind of like, oh, like this is literally like, most of these people like literally went through their house and gathered crap. But this one lady had bags of yarn for like really cheap. So I have a ton of this one. This one's the main one. It's like a variegated like seafoam green. It's like almost like it's giving sea glass. Again, I'm not really doing justice with this terrible lighting. So this, and then I'm holding it together with this. It's like a creamy, it's a little scratchy, but I think when I block it, it'll be nice and soft. I'm sure it's like a little bit of wool blend. Have a little bit of this. And then the other one I'm gonna hold together with is like a brown sock yarn that I've had that has not turned into a sock. So yeah, it's just gonna be like a little scarf. So it's kind of like a little bit of TV knitting, very mindless. It's just knitting front and back, and then I-cord detailing it. This can be very intimidating, but it's actually very simple. So I highly recommend adding that detail if it calls for it, or don't be scared. I'm almost at the end, folks. I'm making so many things. When my anxiety gets me, I want to start a project, so I kind of low-key started one. And again, this is to hopefully use up what I have. I had this cardigan that literally needed a little bit more length and sleeves. It's like a creamy, oatmeal-y color in crochet. So I needed yarn for that, but, and then I also had this black sweater, which I like freehand. You can't even see it. I freehand, and I needed more yarn. And my weakness, I could show you my closet, is, I'm not even joking, even my son's like, oh my god, mom, not again. Black and white stripes are like my neutral. I have probably 8 versions of black and white striped shirts, a dress, and I'm like, how dare I never have made a black and white striped sweater? How dare I? How dare I? So that is what I'm doing. I don't know if I'll have enough. We'll see. I'm gonna actually have to redo some of this. So it's gonna be panels. So I don't know if I'll have enough, honestly. But I am gonna undo some of this. One, because when your project starts to look like so, like here's the end and I've increased somewhere. And I think I picked up, because I did ribbing to, I think this is too much. This is too wide for me. So I'm gonna like cut back a little bit. And then when I went up to pick up here, I think I picked up too much and then so it's kind of gonna be like that. So I'm gonna have to redo some of it, but I already am like, to like make it work, I was like, oh, what should I do? Should I do like 2 rows of black? But I'm doing literally 1 row white, 1 row black, and and it's, what am I using? I'm doing half double crochet here, but already it looks like 2 rows almost, but it's literally 1 row, and I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook, so it should be worked up quite quickly, but I do have to do some redoing, unfortunately, but that's okay. It's okay. And lastly, I picked this up. I think if you're on Instagram, and you're in the knitting community, you have seen it, and you know, lots of things are happening in this world, we all know, and I am making this for like what it represents. Again, if you're in the knitting community and you've seen it, it's not one of the patterns that they're offering. I just picked up some bulky red yarn at Walmart, and I found a free knitting hat pattern. So, and it's knitting up quite quickly, and I only bought 1, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than what the pattern calls for. But yeah, a little dark red. Really love it. So yeah, if you made it this far, thank you. I hope to feel better. I actually had to I called off work because since I got it from the hubby, I do not want to spread it to anybody else, especially as we were so busy. I think that's very inconsiderate to come to work sick. I mean, unless you like absolutely can't, what are you gonna do? You know, if you don't have like the benefits of like sick leave, or you can't not work for, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, I won't dare get anybody else sick. I think I should be better enough tomorrow. Fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm gonna insert now the clip from the past, talking about whatever I'm talking about there, but thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you make something beautiful and read something amazing, and I'll see you then.
Good morning and welcome back to Great Magnolias. My name is Alma. Welcome back. I wanted to do kind of like a mid-month check-in of like what I'm reading, my TBR making. So I gave myself, I think I did mention this in a video. I picked 6 books for the month. This Radiance, which is book 2 of the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson. I finished that at the beginning of the month, and then like I didn't want to lose momentum, so I jumped into book 3, which is Oathbringer. I am a little bit over halfway through. It has honestly been kind of like hard to read in the sense of like I'm feeling burnt out because it's a lot. It is so well written. I love the characters. Every time something's revealed, I'm like, I want more. But it is like, I'm just, just long book after long book. So I'm still loving it. Like so far out of the 3, like 10 out of 10. My husband keeps asking me like, okay, do you like it, better than Mistborn or the same or whatever? And Mistborn has a special place in my heart, and the world is a lot simpler and a lot easier to digest with all the like lore, and it was easier for me to connect things. There wasn't so many different societies and hierarchies, and like Stormlight Archive excuse me, is beefy. You need to like go to school for it or something like that. It's a lot to take in. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of like keeping track. Ask me right now and I can't tell you like names or anything, but like I know them in here if that makes sense. So I still love it. I'm gonna finish it. I have to finish it. And then I think I am going to read the novella that's in between book 2 and 3, which is called Edge Dancer. I really want to know more about oh my god, I'm like blanking out on her name. Oh, Rift? One of the younger Radiants. It's like what's going on with her before book 3. It's only a 6-hour audiobook. I can totally manage that. So I do want to read that. I did read Slightly Scandalous by Mary Ballow, and I loved it. I loved their banter and his just kind of like that twinkle in his eye. I'm blanking out on his name. Joshua. Is it Joshua? Oh, I'm blanking out. Dang it. I love how like they met and like they just hate each other, and he was just like egging her on. He's like, oh, I love it when you're mad. Oh my god. It was a really nice little palate cleanser in between, because I think I finished that before I fully started Oathbringer. So that was like a 5 out, 4.5. Because there was a couple things that like, I don't know, like kept repeating themselves of like a characteristic qualities or attributes for the main female character, that I was just kind of like, I felt like it was overdone. And I really, once I noticed that in my reading, I hate it. And I just can't unsee it. And it's just like, god dang it, come on. So yeah, so Radiance, Oathbringer, Slightly Scandalous. That's 3. The other one that I'm not sure, I think I might read it as a palate cleanser for after Oathbringer, is the first in the Madden Lane series by Elizabeth Hoyt, which I've read a couple like within the series and I love them. So I kind of want to do it from the beginning, do some rereads throughout the year. That's the plan. And then I did pick up book 1, City of Lies by Victoria Thompson, a murder mystery Victorian setting. I think it's set in the US side, but like Edwardian, like turn of the century type of murder mystery. Which, I think I mentioned in kind of like my year in review, I love Victoria Thompson. I love her Gaslight mystery series. I hope to finish it this year, but I'm not feeling it. So I think I'm gonna pass on that. And I'm already making plans for next month for my TBR or whatever I'm gonna read next. I might just kind of start my next month TBR within January, or just add more books in my January TBR. But I need trash. I need instant gratification. I need little plots. I need I need the smut. I need the just instant love and the baby making, and oh, I need it like yesterday. I need it like yesterday, let me tell you. So I want to make a video of kind of like picking. I'm gonna work with what I have. I want to get some physical, like maybe do like a shop my shelves, go through my Kindle. I have like not picked up my Kindle and I can't even tell you how long, because I've just been getting books from the library. I've been listening to audiobooks. I'm kind of anti-Kindle now with everything that's gone on with Amazon or whatever. I have it, and I have like 600 books on there that I will eventually read at some point in time. I even backed it up in case they take it away from me with all that stuff that happened last year, I think it was. So I need, and trash is, there's nothing wrong with trash. And I don't know, I'm like, it could be amazing writing, amazing plot, amazing chemistry. I just need something that needs very little brain cells to read and just have an instant gratification at the end, and maybe like 10 standalones. I think I need that. I don't want to burn myself out from series after series. There's 2 more books left in the Stormlight archive. One came out last year, and they just get thicker, you know, they just get thicker, and the series isn't done, which is gonna be, I haven't done that in forever. Almost all the series that I've gotten into or in one shape or form like completed, or by the time, you know, I'm getting to the end, the last book has come out while everyone else waited for eons, you know. So that is one thing I'm not looking forward to. And I do feel like Brandon Sanderson does a great job of, like, after you finish one book and maybe a little bit of time has passed, or you jump right into it, it's not so heavy on the like recap, you know. It's like sprinkled throughout as you meet someone again from the previous book. He kind of like goes over how they met and all that fun stuff. So I think it's digestible. It's not like, okay, I have 300 pages of recap, which I've read books like that it's just like recap, and I'm like, I read consecutively, like right back to back, and I don't do breaks. So that's kind of one annoying thing. And even if I would take a break from the series and I pick it up again, and I mean, I have a fairly decent memory, it's just too much. It's like, so me and my husband always joke, like when we watch One Piece, the episodes run for like 25 minutes, but it's like 10 minutes of recap and 15 minutes of something new with a major cliffhanger. And it was always so like, ooh, I mean, there's so much out, like, so, you know, just binge watching like One Piece, for example, is like nothing. So book wise, that is where I'm at. I have like a long weekend. I have family over, but I anticipate like in the mornings or something like that to finish Oathbringer. It is very good. It's really picking up momentum, but my goal is to finish it because I want to just be done, because it's becoming like, I feel like it's an assignment and it's giving me anxiety. But I'm still really enjoying it. It's not like, okay, I'm DNFing it. Like, absolutely not. Like, I want to finish it. So it is very cold. As you can see, I'm wearing my oh my god, I knit this like forever ago, but it's wool, you know, it's cold. And I have that plum sweater that I thrifted the other day in my last video. I have sweats because it is cold here. I need to go grocery shopping because I want to have a nice warm meal for my grandmother-in-law when she comes into town. And yeah, I'll check back in, and I'm going to show you where I'm at with some projects. And I hope and pray we're going to get some more cold fronts. I really want to finish this one sweater that I'm like almost halfway through one sleeve, and then I have another sleeve, and then I need to do some like neck adjustment and whatnot. And I started another project, so I just really want to share all that, because one of my goals for this year is some stash busting. I want to kind of use up as much of my yarn as possible, like just make it into whatever I'm going to make it to, work with what I have. There is a couple of purchases I do need to make to finish said projects that are literally at like 75-90% being done, because I've used up all the yarn and like I need more yarn. So that's like the only downside, but I plan to hopefully just get just enough to finish said projects. But yeah, so I'm gonna head to the grocery store. My car is warmed up, and I'll check back in with you guys later.